Welcome to the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie, powered in part by Studio E and Classic of Denton.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie here on Denton Radio. And today we have a full house here in studio. I am so happy to be joined here tonight by Latinos at the Square. We have a full house. Hola todos, ¿cómo están?
Muy bien, gracias.
Qué bueno. I am so happy to be here with them because they've got a lot going on. They've got a busy schedule, but they managed to come visit me, and I'm so honored. And I want to introduce you guys, or actually, you guys introduce yourselves.
Bueno, me llamo Juan Miguel Paguada Reyes. Soy uno de los miembros de Latinos at the Square. Vivo en Denton, originariamente de Honduras. I'm originally from Honduras.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Juan.
Me too.
Yo soy Carlos, también uno de los miembros de Latinos at the Square, mexicano.
Nice.
Vivo aquí en Denton, ya llevo unos 21, 22 años.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I'm happy to be here, so thank you for inviting us.
Of course, Carlos.
Hey, my name is Stephanie. I've been in Denton since I was 4.5 years old.
Wow.
I'm from Monterrey. So
Me too.
Yeah, we're from Monterrey.
Vecinos.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here too.
Yay.
Thank you.
Nice to have you, Stephanie.
I'm Masa Lopez.
Yes.
I've been in Denton since I was like 4, and I'm the producer of the Latinos at the Square podcast.
Nice. And you're a veteran, so.
This is my second time here.
Yeah, you feel at home, hopefully. So
Yeah.
welcome back, you guys.
Appreciate you having us.
Of course. So I wanted to bring you guys on here because, for one, I wanted to talk to you about Latinos at the Square. Obviously, you guys are keeping busy. Y'all are putting out podcasts and stuff. I want to know a little bit about each of you. You told us briefly where you were from, but how did you guys all get together and think, okay, we need this. We need this type of podcast. We need this kind of vibe. We need, y'all go say hi to your people. Oh, wow. That was a tall person. It was 2 people, actually. So you guys started this, and I saw you guys just literally, I think it was the first few that I saw come out, and then I was like, wow, they already blew up with a following, and they're doing a lot of stuff. They're putting out a lot of episodes and whatnot. How did y'all come up with Latinos at the Square?
Carlos,
Carlos, la
co-founder.
El culpable.
All right, so
They're blaming you already.
I know. So for a long time, I've always liked to listen to podcasts, as well as to I like to watch TED Talks. Right. So
And the Denton Vibe, right?
yes, of course. And so I always had this idea that we needed one here, but specifically a Latino one. We needed that representation in a different context, I guess. So when I thought about the idea, I thought about it in a social aspect. But my good friend Juan, one day we went out to eat, and of course he brought his own ideas, which are pretty much helping out the community.
Very good.
Just informing about the many resources and helping in any way we can. So we thought it would be really cool to merge these 2 ideas together and create Latinos at the Square. That's how it came about.
And I know that you guys have a big team of people behind you guys, 4 of which are here right now.
Monica.
We have Monica outside running social media.
Yes.
And
Shout out to Monica.
yeah, she's running the show from the other side over there. Not everyone is in here, but I know you guys have that many minds collaborating for one project that is beneficial in so many ways. So I know that you said that you guys merged your ideas together, and just briefly talking about what were some of the things that you wanted to cater for the community, for the Latinos here in Denton and beyond.
One of the things that in my mind was, connecting resources with the need in the community. Whether these are like a business owner, for instance, having a job, and then an individual who needs a job, like a community board. Also connecting those resources from local entities that are available to the Hispanic community. Many of them don't know. And so we just want to connect that, relate that information further.
And to add, I guess my vision was I'm a teacher. I'm a
Mhm.
local teacher, and so I love education, and I think education should be one of the most important things
Mhm.
for everyone.
Mhm.
And so I'm very honest about what I'm about to say. Education among our Latino culture sometimes is, it's a topic, it's a hot topic, I guess.
Yes.
Because, we need to, necesitamos que más latinos se hagan la mentalidad de que hay que educarnos.
Yes.
And so I was thinking, we should expose everybody to important topics,
Mhm.
at least, even if they don't get engaged right away. I think there are so many topics that they need to be, exposed to,
Mhm.
and so that's what we try to do with in every one of our episodes.
Well, I think that you have a very powerful platform in that aspect because any kind of project, and obviously we cater to on the Denton Vibe, any kind of art, any kind of writing, poetry, and music, and I strongly consider blogging and podcasting an art form because you have to capture an audience just like any other artist, whether it be on a stage, whether it be, just singing live on YouTube. You're doing the same thing. So with such a platform as such, you're engaging your audience, and a lot of people, I feel, are ready to embrace that knowledge. And it's new to everyone in your audience, so to speak. So it's nowadays it's relevant.
Yes, and we were just talking about it the other day. I told Juan, I was like, you know what, Juan, choosing to do a podcast is among our Latino community is very challenging. It's a very it's a challenge because
The
our
demographics of it.
we're not used to it.
You're right.
We're more used to the radio, I guess,
Yes.
la radio.
Yes.
So people are not used to, let me go online and listen to
Yep.
this episode. So it is a challenge, but we are, we're willing to take on any challenges.
Well, I think it's a time where people are willing to kind of adhere to some of those changes. For example, my mom and dad are very old school. I was in shock when mom and dad got on Facebook. So seeing my dad do his first post or my mom send her first text was like, oh no, mom and dad are on Facebook.
Even my grandparents, their
Yeah.
first post is very awkward, because
Yes,
they're
yes.
barely learning how to use
And
it.
you can see them trying to say, how do you do this? And they push it and it's gone. It's out there. But now it's their willingness, even, their generation is trying to bridge that gap of communication, get on social media is just so mainstream. My mom to this day, what channel on the radio is your station or your show on? Huh? I'm like, Mom, it's on Facebook. Oh, okay, I don't have Facebook anymore because they forget their emails.
Yeah, or their password.
my dad has like 20
Yeah.
emails because he forgets when he creates a new one. So it's just interesting to see how accepting people are becoming, even though there's still a little bit of resistance, to all of our modern technology, the art of social media, podcasting. I'm sure some people, it'll go over their head like, I don't know what that is. It's a novela. It's a novela.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where do I find it? So you just kind of direct them to that. So aside from the hot topics, because I know there's a lot of topics that are very urgent in today's society. There's topics that are very relevant to a lot of the culture. And what other fun stuff do you guys do on there?
Well, I guess I'll say it. Yeah. All right, so
We're going to start naming names.
I know.
Stephanie.
We talk a lot about, culture, about a lot of cultural aspects of, because, Latinos, that includes people from Guatemala, Mexicanos, Salvadoreños, Colombianos. So it's just really cool to talk about, the differences.
The accents.
And
We
the
talk
accents,
the
slang.
different meanings.
Yeah. It's just like here. A lot of people think, Texas and New York have two distinct accents, but we're still from United States versus, some of the other country, different areas of Mexico have different accents or the other countries and whatnot.
And you mentioned poetry. So we are getting ready to record our next episode soon, and everything is going to, I guess, It's going to be about growing up Latino in Denton, pretty much.
Nice.
And I'm going to be reading a poem
Mm-hmm.
from this book. Can I say the
Yeah,
name?
definitely.
It's called named Cool Salsa.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about bilingual poems
Mm-hmm.
from people who grew up Latino in the United States. A friend of mine, she recommended it. So
Nice. I'll have to check it out. I know we have a huge poetry community here. A lot of people may not know that if you just have never asked, but it's hard not to see that because now they're performing just as much as musicians.
Yeah.
There's always a poetry show. It's always growing. We have so many different people that cater to that, myself included. So it is interesting when you get the Latinos together to perform any kind of cultural poetry and whatnot. And Denton is very open, as far as my experience, to having people come up of different cultures and different lives and whatnot to share it, because I feel on a soapbox note.
I think we got a comment from Carlos's sister.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, that's my brother.
¿Qué onda, Mara?
I was gonna say Pepito's
What?
Pepito's poetry is my favorite. You know Pepito?
I've
Just
heard.
kidding.
Okay, no, I know Pepito, but I'm like Pepito poetry.
Yeah,
He's the one that went to school, actually.
he's a jokester.
Oh man,
I'm like, wait, who?
I was thinking Pepito the comic.
The comic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
And
like,
they're chistes about it.
no, I'm like, I don't remember poetry. People. Oh my, a lot of travesuras, but
Mhm. You skip school.
Chistes.
yeah, definitely. So, anyways, it's a great platform for all of that, and it's open community, a lot of support, and so it's hard to not find an artist, a project, a collaboration that doesn't have a cause or a purpose. So you guys are supporting your cause and purpose, which is education out to the community for whatever your theme is for the project. Obviously, you're not going to just do one all the time. You're going to, branch
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, we
so,
mix it up.
yeah. So how do you mix it up, Masa?
That's
That's your topic. Mix it up. Come on.
well, we mix it up because sometimes it's not always so serious in hot topics. Like sometimes we bring on guests and let them talk about their business or their brand, what they're promoting, and so like I said, it's in some of the episodes on the podcast have been funner. I'm not sure if that's the word. It's been fun, but it's it's just different. We try to mix it up a little bit. That way, it's not always so serious. You know.
I know when I've tuned in and stuff, you guys are always laughing, having a good time, and it's almost like I always try to tell everybody
Because of Juan.
it's like drinking cafecito with your
Yeah.
friends,
Yeah.
That's what we
just
always
hanging out.
thought it would be, yeah.
So it's almost like just talking back and forth, puro chisme. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it is. That's how it is.
But at the same time, I think we try to get to know our guests and go a little bit deeper, because we can, there's so much that's, I don't want to say superficial in the world, but, entertainment. So, like, we believe that each one of us has something deep to say. I believe that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what makes you guys unique as a project and a podcast.
Y
'cause
Juan es el que se encarga de hacer las preguntas difíciles. I mean, we
Yeah.
already know that.
He makes the guests feel uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we have to make them feel a little bit uncomfortable with Juan. No, I'm just kidding. No.
As soon as I walked in, or I introduced myself, he started asking me questions. I'm like, oh, okay, he means business. He asked me, like, I'm not kidding, 10 questions when we were
Yeah, I
out
know,
there.
right?
And then he asked a question about the question.
Uh-huh.
He just asked, and we're like,
I'm like, okay, I better answer all his questions.
pero no soy metiche,
No, you want to be informed, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, definitely. So, okay. So, any projects that you guys do aside from the podcast that kind of branch out from your core?
Well, otra vez voy a hablar yo. We are still growing.
Un traguito de agua.
No, espérame.
Your throat is getting dry.
Estoy nervioso.
Okay.
No, we're still growing. So we have so many projects in mind, and so, for example, right now we are thinking about we're putting together a loteria night with our community.
I need to be there.
Oh yes,
Yes, you do.
Yes.
And
Are y'all going to serve aguas frescas?
we're working on it. We're
Okay.
working on it.
That was my idea, Stephanie.
And so
I'm just kidding.
any funds that we get from loteria night, we will use it to help our community.
Very cool.
So that's how that's one of the main projects to help out the community through activities that us Latinos do.
Yeah, that is so wonderful. And, exposing someone to loteria. If you guys have never done loteria, you are in for a pleasant surprise. It is so much fun.
One time it said El Catrín, and I was like, hey. Right?
And you can learn Spanish.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
And we'll make sure that some abuelitas come over because they get passionate about loteria.
Passion.
Are
Translate
we gonna be
to
playing with
crazy.
Yeah.
Are we gonna use
Con los
beans?
frijoles.
Hey, there
we
you
have to
go.
we have to do it old school.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're going to be true loteria, you bring, you guys, if you've ever been in a Latino house that plays loteria, you bring little beans to put on your
For the holidays.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone's getting out. Like,
And there's a whole logic to it. You have to do the little cuadrito en el centro y
Oh,
las
yeah,
esquinas.
Yeah.
So if y'all are hardcore about stuff like that, y'all let us
So
know.
so we'll let you know.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
we're working on that right now. What's another thing
we're working right now is we're helping the city with the 2020 Census Complete Count Committee.
Very
Yes.
cool.
So yeah, we have a representative. Miss Blanca was there. Carlos was there at one point to being part of the community, so we can emphasize the importance of being counted, because a lot of the federal funding is based on these numbers.
Yep.
And if we are not counted for the next decade, these funds are going to be lower.
distributed, they're going to be distributed elsewhere.
And so that's
It's
something.
very important. So that's another aspect of your project that branches out and is beneficial to the community. Exactly.
And then really we just want to be out there. We're going to start going out there Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, trying to be
Yes.
more involved in like local events like that.
because
would
I
love
don't
to
think you
that.
see a lot of, Latino organizations and in Cinco de Mayo, of course,
Yeah.
it's like Latinos. But like Day of the Dead, I went and there was no, business doing the, what is it called? The little
The shop, the vendors and
We're
the
talking about La
yeah,
Carrera?
yeah.
La Carrera?
the race.
Yes, that the coffin race.
The coffin
yeah.
race, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, why? There's no one here like that's.
You want us to
Latino.
have one or
So
what?
I
We
want
need
us
to
to
have
have one.
We
Yeah.
have Latinos at the square
Yeah.
soapbox car.
There
So
you
know
go.
things like that. We want to be more involved in
More present,
Yeah, and just to help out. People go and they kind of don't want to get involved in anything because they don't. Some people don't know English,
Yeah.
and they're like kind of.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
To be a giving person, you don't necessarily, as a human, have to speak the language.
Yeah.
Giving is universal.
Yeah.
Kindness is universal. And UNT is UNT. I was just reading the board up there. I'm sorry. Denton is a great place to be involved in the community.
Yeah, so
Being
that's
involved
what-
is almost like an everyday thing here. You can go anywhere on the square, and if they're having a show, there's probably some cause or some purpose behind it. So everything is interwoven that way. So it's very common, and I would love to see that incorporated into Denton, and that way you bridge that gap. And I believe very strongly in music and poetry writing, art bridging gaps that are harder to gap or fill the gap in when it's other ways. Love, kindness, all that great
So
stuff.
it's pretty much the representation. Having, the correct representation of what it
Definitely.
is to be a Latino growing up in Denton or living in Denton.
It was interesting for me when I came from Dallas, Oak Cliff. It was kind of a culture shock, even just because it was a slower paced town. But from the moment I got here to now,
It's
the
grown.
growth has
Yeah.
been so rapid, and I'm so proud to be here in Denton.
How old were you when you just got
Oh,
came to Denton?
you're gonna put an age on me.
You don't have to.
No, not how old you are now.
I've been in Denton. It'll be 14 years. I'll
Oh,
be in
wow.
Denton 14 years. So I remember thinking, and in all honesty, at that time, I was like very close knit to my family. I was very used to being literally everywhere with my family. So when I came here, it was a lack of that family feeling.
Yeah.
And aside from a few people that I love very closely, now my family, I had to create that family. And that included my culture family too, because now I have a bigger family here that is grown because of the art, the poetry, the business people that you meet, and just the welcoming that everybody's, opened up their arms and whatnot. But you find that family, and it's sometimes it's hard, when you're not acclimated to a town. It's hard to get in there, get involved when you're not familiar.
I love how like the new generation that like brought the square back to life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I remember being a kid and a lot of these buildings were like abandoned or like closed down, and now you're just like there's something new everywhere. It's all lit up.
It is,
you
and I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever get tired of being on the square. Like I'll find
there's
something
always
to do.
something to do.
Yeah, I'll always find something to do.
I moved just a few minutes from here because
Oh,
I
did
really
you?
wanted to be close to the square. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very convenient. A lot of the community events happen on the square or near the square, or all the shows are usually on the square, or it's just very active community. So it's a lot of fun. I'm sure you guys have a lot of fun too, personally. So what do you guys like to do personally? Let's flip it a little
At the
bit.
square.
In Denton, anywhere. What do you?
Jupiter House. I miss the Jupiter House.
You miss Jupiter House?
Is it open?
It's not there anymore.
Not yet.
They're gonna open it.
They're gonna
They're gonna
reopen
They're
it.
open it.
reopening it.
They,
They're
have y'all
reopening
seen it?
They remodeled it, right?
Yes,
It's
it
done.
looks,
Looking nice.
it looks really nice.
Mm.
Shout out to Jupiter House. We are
Yes,
waiting.
come back.
We are. Oh, they're coming back. They are coming back. So we're waiting for them, as well as I'm sure the whole university and everybody that was used
Yeah.
to being
Yeah.
there. So, what else? What do you guys do for your free time aside from podcasting?
Yeah. Ken.
Well,
Love it.
for me, I like I do music, so I like to do music and write music or whatever. But I also like to check out the local shows,
Yeah.
and because I get to rub shoulders and elbows with the local artists and producers and stuff. So I just love that about Denton. That there's always something going on with the music, and not just music, but that is is
Yeah,
really,
that's your passion.
yeah, so there's always something to do here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Denton musician?
Denton musician.
Masa Lopez.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot of Denton artists that I really like. Like off the top of my head, like J. Woe, Gas House Smitty, and other artists. Like Fab Deuce, like Richie Flo.
Yep.
I can go on and on because I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody, and I've collaborated with some of these people. So
It's hard not to collaborate when you're. Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity to be in Denton. What about you, Stephanie? What do you do?
I like doing?
What's your typical Denton day, or makes
love-
you happy?
Going to get food, because there's so many restaurants here in Denton.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of restaurants. I have a food Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people, depend on it
Oh,
for
very
new things.
cool.
So yeah, so I like seeing what's new and going around trying stuff.
So, what's your favorite?
You put me on the spot. I mean, there's like different things from like
Yeah.
like LSA, the brisket queso,
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's good.
and the fries. Oh,
With the
Never had
parm
that.
dipped.
yes,
Parm fries dipped in there. Yeah.
on a Tuesday night because they play country. And
I love
yeah,
country
yeah,
music,
I always
yeah.
go with my boyfriend. So
Yeah,
I
very
think
cool.
we need more taco shops that stay open later.
Yeah,
Yes.
my taco shop.
That's what we're
my
missing.
what
favorite
do you
one.
like? Which ones do you like?
My favorite taco shop is Freddy's Tacos now.
Oh yeah,
used to be
yeah,
Big
yeah.
Knife
I've
Tacos.
heard
Big
about
Knife
them.
tacos,
They're
yeah.
the ones that are usually out at East Side, which
They're
is
like in a
one
food
of-
truck, right?
Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
food truck, and Freddie does something to those tortillas. I don't know what he does, but
He's actually my neighbor. He
Is
lives
he
in the
really?
same area as me, but I've never tried their food.
oh my gosh, the tacos there are. I think it's the tortilla. I was like, I don't know what you do. You probably dip these tortillas in gold or something because they taste different. So I love that place. But you're right. There's so many
Yeah.
great food places, and so many people haven't even heard of a lot of
I
them.
know.
And it's like, are you kidding me? That's like an
Yeah,
awesome
there's
place
a lot
to be.
that are like hidden, so a lot of people don't think there's a lot of things, but there's
Yeah, definitely. There's so much.
Because from when I was younger to now, there's like, of course, Denton got so big,
Yeah.
but food-wise, it's
Yep.
it's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do need more taco places.
But
though.
yeah, we do.
What about you?
Pues I work a lot
Ah.
because I'm always teaching. Well, I teach elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also teach the adult literacy program.
Oh,
so I
nice.
teach English classes at night
Oh, very
for
cool.
adults,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm a tutor on the weekends.
Man, you're busy.
So yeah, I'm usually busy, but when I'm not busy, I like to come to the square and drink coffee.
Oh, very cool.
I really like that, and just hang out with.
What's your favorite coffee shop?
I think right now the coffee that I like the most is here.
The West Oak.
No, not the West Oak.
Chestnut.
Cartwright. I just really like their
Cartwright.
coffee.
You
I
know
don't know
what?
why.
A lot of people say that. A lot. You just found your niche of coffee
Yeah.
at that place, and they have great food too.
I was just at Coney Island. I had like 4 cops before here. It was amazing.
I mean, I like those two.
Coney
and
Island coffee at 2 a.m.
There's local,
Yeah.
local cafe. Local cafe. I also
Yeah.
like to go to local
Their
cafe.
breakfast is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Food. I'm hungry now.
So there's a lot of stuff going on out there in the square. So what do y'all have any future projects that are coming up that y'all want to talk about, or any future episodes that we should keep an eye out for? I know you did say the bingo, the loteria. And that's actually a really fun thing to get involved with. I think to get to know other people
Yeah.
and to bring, communities closer together and just have fun. Just have fun.
I would like to say something, and this is just me thinking about our Latino community. Como que nos chiviamos, la gente como que le da poquita pena.
What does that
So
mean?
I would like to, they get
get
shy.
scared.
They get a little shy to
Oh.
interact, especially
They
with
hesitate.
the podcast.
Yeah.
So I just want to invite everybody to get in touch with us, to let us know, what do you want to listen to? What would you like for us to talk about? Would
Yeah.
you like for us to plan an event here in Denton where you can, get involved? So we are here to get involved with the community and to help out as much as we can. And so, just want to invite everybody to
Now, one of the
talk to
things
us.
I think that's very, very awesome of you, and thank you for doing that, because we need people to, look up to and guide us and show us how to do these things, and now technology being so accessible to everyone. Some people may have the same idea as you, but have never, ever really been on social media, but they have that. I wish I could do that, So it's very important to be the example to anyone who would love to try to do a podcast, maybe similar to yours, if not a little bit, different or whatnot. So you guys are putting out that example here in the community. So where would they find you guys on social media?
All right, so Facebook, everybody can find us at Latinos at the Square. Instagram, same thing, Latinos at the Square,
Easy.
seguidito all together.
Okay.
And Twitter, it's at Lats, all capital letters, Denton, Lats Denton. And
At Lats Denton,
Yes.
okay, which stands for Latinos at the
yeah,
Square.
they didn't give me enough,
Yeah, they didn't give you enough.
characters.
They can go find us on SoundCloud too, right?
SoundCloud,
Oh, wow,
yes.
okay.
Latinos at the Square on SoundCloud, that's where we have our episodes.
Okay.
And we have our website.
Our website.
They can access our website through our Instagram account or
Okay.
social media.
And right now on our website, we have also short videos that we have made for how to start a business in Denton.
Oh, very
In
cool.
both English and Spanish, and then information on how to go vote, what information you need. So we take them through the website and things like that.
Very cool.
Like,
Okay, so that you guys have got some great resources on the page
So
itself.
yeah, so we're trying and we are trying to grow as much
Okay.
as we can
If,
locally.
if you get some weird random requests for certain projects or events, that's probably going to be me. Like, this has to be Ellie.
Send it.
Anyways, yes, we'll see what we can think of. But count on me if you guys need on anything, and I would love to be involved with you guys. And I am really happy to have you guys here on the show. And consider this your home, so you're welcome to come back if y'all need to come out and express something about a future event of some sort. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys.
¿Puedo mandar un saludo? ¿O no?
Of course.
Yeah, yo voy a aprovechar. ¿No? All right. No, for Jorge from La Milpa. He has
Oh,
been
George
helping
Landeros.
us. Yes.
I love George.
He has been helping us a lot, a lot of support. So I just want to make sure that I say hello if he's watching.
Yeah.
Jorge, you better be watching.
And we need to have you on our show.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll get that ready.
look at
Yeah.
Turntable.
Yes.
you know what? I have not done that, so I may clam up and be like, "Ay, no me pregunten nada ya."
And also Cristela, she couldn't be here.
Okay.
And
She's
Blanca.
part of our crew. Blanca.
Okay.
And I just want to say thank you for having us here.
of
And I want
course.
to
Thank
thank
you so
everybody
much.
who
Thank you.
we're always working really hard. And to my sister that, and Monica. and
Monica. Shout out to my wife, Daisy Garcia.
Oh, you better.
Mhm.
You better.
Well, shout out to my family and my boyfriend.
There you go, Mosa.
Yeah, me too. Shout out to my family and shout out to Pit Stop Collectives, Miller the
Oh,
Mayor,
yeah, Miller.
and all the artists in Denton.
There you go.
I guess me too. mi familia, Flor, everybody, my friends.
Let's see which one of you guys gets the furthest shout out response. We're gonna have a little competition here. Let's see which goes the distance and whatnot. So let's see. Moni is telling us, how about mental health?
Mental health.
That's probably a topic that y'all are going to be tackling.
We already recorded.
We're about to release an episode that that is about mental health and how it affects our local Latino community. And so it's coming soon.
Yeah, shout out to, was Ana Sanchez?
Ana Sanchez.
Very cool. You know, that's interesting because me and my mom just spoke about this past weekend, and the very topic was Latinos do not talk about mental health.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
They're very hesitant to admit that they have anxiety, depression, for whatever reason, amongst the many other topics they never talk about, and we always find out elsewhere. So, you know, very relevant. So those are good episodes
that's exactly
to tune
what
into.
we were talking about.
Yeah.
So it's about to come out maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, the episode's ready, so
Nice.
look out for that.
And I know several other organizations here in town have also touched that topic. It's very relevant and very needed. So props to you guys for addressing one of those topics. So thank you very much for being here. I hope y'all had fun.
Thank you. I was nervous, to be honest.
No, it's like I said, it's just like drinking cafecito here. So minus the coffee. Although I could have gone for coffee.
People watching it.
Yeah,
That's us.
I never
That's
get
a
to see
reflection.
behind me. I need a mirror right there so I can see
everybody.
Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in here to the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie. Thank you so much for Latinos at the Square for being here, and we will see you next week here on DentonRadio.com.
Bye.
Yes.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.